Alright, welcome back to the channel Bookworms and Constant Readers. Welcome to Final Girl Horror. If you're new, I am Chelsea, and today we are going to be talking about the books I acquired over the summer. Last week was the first day of fall. So summer is over with, sadly. Summer is my favorite time of the year. I love the hot weather. I'll take it over any cold or rainy day. But today is October 1st, which is my favorite month of the year, which leads to my favorite holiday of the year, which is Halloween. So it's not all bad. I got about 35, I think, books over the summer. I really focused on the paperbacks from hell, and some of the others that weren't paperbacks from hell were birthday gifts, which were late. My birthday's actually in the spring, but I'm counting them as books I got over the summer since I got them during the summer. So yeah, let's get to it. There's a lot of books. I'm going to try and make this as short as possible. The first four I showed in a previous video. I got them because for most of this year, the person who got me into BookTube and made me decide to do my own channel is Brian Lee Durfee. He's been really sick. And he put out a video that these books actually, helped him in the hospital. So I've never read this author. If you're new to the channel, I'm not really big on fantasy reads. I think they're long-winded. I'm not really into like the excessive world building and description of every single little thing that there is. I like quick, fast, fun reads. But he raved about these, and they are pretty big books. So we start off with Tad Williams' Stone of Farewell. This is part of the Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. This is actually book 2, but I do have book 1, which is the Dragonbone Chair. There's book 2. And I got all of these used off of eBay. I am a huge fan of these 80s mass market paperback books. Book 3 is actually broken up into 2 parts. So you have Green Angel Tower Part 1 and you have Green Angel Tower Part 2. And they are both massive. But I'll give them a shot. Next is part of a series you've seen on my book hauls before. This was also a Durfee recommendation. James R. Benn and his World War II mystery series, the Billy Doyle Evil for Evil. These covers are just amazing. I love the covers of these books. If the story is as good as the covers, I'll be happy. The next one is Taylor Jenkins Reid, Daisy Jones and the Sixth. This was a gift from my wife. Next was another booktuber recommended this one. I haven't read much of this author, but he is very, what I would consider extreme horror. Jack Ketchum, Joyride. Very cool cover. This was also a gift from my wife. Being into horror, I love anything that is like paranormal. I watch all the ghost shows, Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters, My Haunted House, all that stuff. This is a guide to all the haunted places in Illinois. And if you go on Amazon, they actually have different states as well. Me and my wife live in Illinois, so she got me the one for Illinois. It's really cool. It gives you addresses. It tells you if the places are private or if they're public. It's a really cool book. This next one, like I said earlier, I am a fan of like early mass market paperbacks. They really don't do a lot, except for certain genres. It's really weird. Like, I don't see them in fantasy. I don't see them in horror. I do see them in like thrillers and mysteries and stuff like that. Like C.J. Box, Tom Clancy, you can still get them. Vince Flynn, stuff like that. But anytime I find these old mass market paperbacks, I buy them. And this one is one that I don't have, even though this is my least favorite version of this story. It's Stephen King's The Stand, the complete and uncut version. This is the mass market paperback from, I think, the mid to late 90s. It's not the only version of this book I have. I do have the leather-bound that Barnes & Noble put out. I have the trade paperback, but I don't have a mass market paperback. This next book, I found book, I want to say it was like 13, in a bunch of old books while we're doing spring cleaning. Excuse the mess behind me, that's why it's there. I never heard of this author. My wife said it was pretty good. So I bought the first book to see what it was like. But this is a super long Vampire Hunter series. It's the Anita Blake series by Laurel K. Hamilton. And this is book 1, Guilty Pleasures. So if I like it, I'll buy the rest. I have book like 13 or 15. I don't know why my wife only has one. But yeah, she's got one. This was recommended by another horror booktuber. It sounded really creepy. This is Adam Neville's Last Days. This is also a used copy I got off of eBay. This one I've been looking for forever, and I refuse to pay the $120 to like $180 price tag. Well, I guess because this author has become so popular, they've put it back into print. But I finally got Darcy Coates' very first book called Ghost Camera. I've heard a lot about this story. Always wanted to read it. It's about a girl. She has a camera. If I remember correctly, it's a Polaroid. And every time she takes a picture, there's like this creepy figure in the background of the picture. And she gets her friend involved. And every time they use this camera, the picture, the creepy figure in the picture keeps getting closer and closer. Everybody that has read it has told me it's really good, so I'm going to check it out. This next one I got as a gift. I don't know anything about this author or this book. It is Devil House by John Darnelli. I guess that's how you say their last name. This was a birthday gift from a friend. Sounds really cool. I don't know. Have any of you read this or read this author? Comment below, let me know. Alright. And then the last book that is a non-paperback from hell. This was also a recommendation from another horror booktuber on YouTube. I don't remember their name, so I can't give a shout out to them. It's Thomas Old Hoevelt, and the book is called Hex. It's got a very creepy cover. I love the cover. And that is it for the paperbacks from hell. Everything else is a paperback from hell. I think I have like 25 of them, which is just scratching the surface. If you don't know about paperbacks from hell, I'll put a link up here to that video. It's a history of 70s, 80s, 90s mass market paperback horror novels. They used to sell in drugstores, supermarkets. It's done by horror writer Grady Hendrix. It's an awesome read. And all of the paperbacks that he features throughout the book, I compiled a list. I want to get them all and put them all on the channel. There's, I think, like roughly 400 books for the entire collection that he features. It's going to take a while. Some of them are out of print, some of them are hard to find, and some of them are really expensive. So these aren't in any order, but I got The Omen 5, The Abomination. It is by Gordon McGill. And this is classic 80s cover. I got The Omen 4, Armageddon 2000, also by Gordon McGill. I got all of these on eBay. They all have yellow pages. They have that old book smell. It's awesome. This is Omen, The Final Conflict. This is part 3, also by Gordon McGill. See, the pages are all yellow. But they're all in really good... All of these are in really good condition, considering the age of some of them. The Amityville Horror, Part 2. This is by... There's no author listed. John G. Jones. Next is Robin Cook with Coma. Very popular movie from the, I think, 70s, I believe. It might have been 80s when this movie came out. Most of these have been turned into movies. Thomas Tyron, The Other, another classic horror novel, also turned into a movie. Alice Brennan, The Devil's Dreamer. All these have great classic horror covers. This one is actually a reprint. It's not an original. Margaret Millar, Fire Will Freeze. It's a very short book. This one is Ray Russell, Unholy Trinity. As you can tell from the looks of this one, it is an old book. I have Damien, Omen 2. This is by Joseph Howard. And then David Seltzer's Omen, the original Omen. William Woolfolk. This is the Sendai. Very cool foil, classic 80s horror novel. I've got Rod Serling's Triple W, Witches, Warlocks, and Werewolves. This one is not an original. It is also a reprint. This is a Penguin Classics version of Shirley Jackson's We Have Always Lived in the Castle. Very cool, like hand-drawn cover on this one. This is another classic, V.C. Andrews, Garden of Shadows. And then we have Amityville, the final chapter by John G. Jones. This one is a cool embossed cover. You probably can't tell on camera, maybe a little bit, but the door is like embossed, really cool. They did cool stuff like that in the 80s. They embossed the covers, they had cutout covers. Next, this is not an original either. This is a reprint. James Herbert, The Rats. It has some damage on the front of the cover, as you can see. None of these are very, very long either. This is another reprint. This is the 40th anniversary edition of V.C. Andrews' famous Flowers in the Attic. Another reprint of Jay Anson's The Amityville Horror, book 1 in the series. And finally, this is another reprint, Ira Levin's Rosemary's Baby. Classic horror story, great movie. And that is it for the summer 2024 book haul. If you've read any of these, comment below on did you like it, did you not like it. Some of these that I never heard of. Have you read any of the authors? Tad Williams, Thomas Old, Hulveit, or Hulveit. I don't know how you say his last name. I'm probably butchering the hell out of it. Leave a comment below. Give a thumbs up if you like this video. It helps the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Get this thing monetized. Get it going. Ring the bell so you know when I put out a new video. Right now, I put out videos every 2 weeks. Saturday at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's all I got for you. I will be recording another video right after this one. It is on Stephen King's The Bazaar of Bad Dreams. It's a collection of short stories. You'll see that one in 2 weeks. So, hope you look out for that. Have a great day, everybody. And as always, read more books.